Welcome to New to the Street. This is your weekly Hack the Secure segment with Alain Ghiai. I'm Anna Berry. Alain is with Globex Data, the leader in Swiss hosted private and secure communications and data management. Welcome back, Alain.
Thanks, Anna. Happy to be here. Hello to our viewer.
Another hack this week. It seems that they are coming on strong. This is called a sophisticated chain attack, and it actually went through the FBI's website. How on earth did hackers get into the Federal Bureau of Investigation's website? Tell us how, Alain.
Well, it's the same story because governments use the same big tech trillion-dollar companies like Microsoft, for example. I'm sure they were using an Office 365 email. And I don't know if you know, going back to another hack, the Department of Homeland Security got hacked not long ago. And the problem is that, well, there's no other choice. So somehow there was a weakness on the website, probably with the security of it, the patches, the back office, behind the scene. And what's scary is that they were able to use a legitimate email to send a bunch of fake emails to everyone. So they took over that entire system. These large organizations have servers either in the cloud in multiple locations. Sometimes they have them at their own facility. But now, since January of 2021, when the first solar wind hack came to Microsoft, that was the scariest of all, because that was the time that now they stole the source code of Microsoft, or partially. And what happened is, in the old days, basically last year is the old days in the internet world. So in the old days, a government or a state in different country, they would say, well, I want to have my data on my own territory. So they would do what we call on-premise data. So you would buy servers and you would have it in your own facility, as opposed to having in multiple locations, just kind of like the cloud. It's both of them are the cloud. One is called a private cloud and the public cloud. So what happens, I'm guessing that obviously the FBI, with all the resources they have, one of the most powerful companies in the world, they will have on-premise. But now, even on-premise, these emails can be hacked. So I don't know the mechanics of it, but the one thing is for sure, if you use the main 2 or 3 emails out there, you only have really 2 business email suppliers. You have Microsoft and Google with their G Suite. That's it. We have enough articles and press out there to show us that they have been compromised. They continue to be compromised. Now, when you're the government, it takes a lot of time to change the wheel. It's like mechanics that take forever. Just making a sale to the government could take 2 years, let alone changing their habit. So, we can't do anything for the FBI except telling them, hey, if you're interested, we're here, come and see Sekur. And maybe you can have a parallel email system for your senior people that is not part of the big tech, that is also doesn't use open source. But for the regular viewers out there, I recommend, shamelessly to say, hey, go to sekur.com and get Sekur, because as an alternative email, it doesn't mean you have to do everything with that email. But if you have something serious to send and you want some real privacy and security, use our email system, because even the biggest governments in the world get hacked, right? And I don't know who did that to the FBI. It could have been another state. It could be internal. It could be, who knows? But that's not cool, because I think, government should have the power to regulate and to bring order to everyone. And when they're being disrupted like that with their infrastructure, it's really scary.
Yes, and the duty to protect the citizens, right?
Yeah.
Alain, I like this concept. Walk me through. Pretend I work for the FBI. I'm, the chief operating officer for business development, and I want to consider Sekur. So walk me through a huge government agency adapting the secure technology. What would that look like?
Easy. Actually, I'm going to tell you kind of what we did in Latin America. We just sold a bunch of secure messenger license. And the messenger is easy to sell because you have zero alternative. You have WhatsApp or Signal or, Facebook Messenger and, Microsoft Messenger, all that. It's not really high security or no privacy on top of that. So if you're the chief investment officer of the FBI, I would say, listen, you have whatever, 100,000, 1 million people controlling your payroll, you're using the basic infrastructure, and you can't change 1 million people's emails. So you have two choices. You either do over time a rollout where you slowly from top down, from the top echelon, so C-level executives, senior officers, people like that, you slowly migrate their email to our system. Nobody would know that you're on our system because it would be at fbi.gov or whatever their email address is. And then eventually you migrate the 1 million people, or you have a parallel system. You have a system when there's an issue, you can just turn on a switch and shift to the secure mode module. And that would be for the email. For the messenger, I would definitely impose secure messenger on everyone because there are zero alternatives. These big organizations, they use the Microsoft suite. So you have a messenger, you got the video thing, you got all of that. Look at the Jedi contract. If you ever heard about that whole thing about $10 billion contract to bring the whole government to the cloud, there was a fight between Microsoft and Amazon. I don't know at the end who wins and who lost, but one of them is suing the other. Somebody's going to get the contract. So governments don't have much of a choice. They're going to trust their own citizen, their own companies, which are US based, but those companies unfortunately are hacked all over. So if I'm in front of the head of the FBI IT department, I'm going to say, listen, I know you can't change 1 million people's email, but at the very least have a parallel system. And then eventually, if you see some measure of success, you can roll it all the way down. This is typically what we would do for a company. If I may, for the Latin American business, it didn't take forever. Like in 10 minutes, this guy got the advantage. No phone number to register. Nobody can hack into your phone. Message someone that doesn't have the app, self-destruct timer, no big tech, so Microsoft can't spy on them or whatever. In fact, it's not just Microsoft or the other guys. Hackers get in there. So governments are scared too. They're human beings like everyone after all. They're running a company, right, at the end of the day, and they're trying to protect us. So we want to try to bring them solutions that can get them the edge over the hackers.
Right. And this is a solution that it can reach a huge government-owned agency with millions of people, all the way down to someone like myself who is self-employed, right? So it can really reach anyone. It's really about how much is your privacy worth? How much is that really worth? Because this is not that much. It's an upfront fee, correct?
That's it. So if you buy Sekur, Sekur, which is a combo of the email and messenger, it's only $10 a month or $100 a year. You get 100 gigabyte of storage for your email, which is astronomical. If you just want the messenger, which is $5 a month or $50 a year, you have your messenger. I should add that by the end of this year, December 2021, we're going to be able to let people upload their contact list, which we don't mind, by the way. In fact, we didn't have that, but we're getting complaints. People have the habit of uploading their contacts. So we found a way to do it in a very private way, so we don't data mine them. So you'll be able to have your entire contact list on Sekur, and then you'll be able to text someone that doesn't have the system and say, hey, I'm Anna, I want to chat with you, click here, and then you guys can chat privately in our tunneling system in Switzerland. So that's cheap. We're launching Secure Mail for consumers, and we're still debating it's going to be between $7 or $5 a month. If it's $5, we're going to make it 50 gigabyte, plenty for anyone. If it's $7, it'll be 100 gig, and we're launching Secure Mail for businesses, which will be able to have their own business domain. In fact, you'll be able to add, I think, up to 5 business domain. So it's really cheap considering all the feature that it does, and the end-all be-all application. By mid-February, we should have our own email app, and that means you don't have to configure anything, and you can use the Secure Send, Secure Reply feature. If you want to know about that, go to sekur.com. And we're launching voice encryption at the end of Q1 and video conferencing at the end of Q2.
Oh, that's great. You guys have so many updates that we are so happy to feature here on our weekly segment. I'm always learning from you, and I really look forward to continuing on this conversation and hearing all these updates, because they're coming right now. We're almost into December, yeah. So we look forward to featuring you more. Thank you for this weekly hack, Alain.
Thank you, Anna, and everyone be safe and make sure you watch your passwords and check out if your provider has been hacked, your shopping, wherever you go shopping, if they got hacked, change the emails. Be vigilant now because now it's the shopping season and hackers love to shop on your dime. So be very careful how you shop, how you put your credit card, all of that as we discussed before.
Yeah, if it can happen to the FBI, it can happen to you.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you for keeping us safe and secure with Sekur. Thank you, Alain, for joining us on New to the Street.
Thanks, Anna, and thanks everyone for watching.